A great loadout can be the difference between winning or losing in Star Wars Squadrons. With 4 different classes of starfighters, 2 ships in each of those classes, and 2 loadout slots for each of those ships, picking the right loadout can be tough. Don't fret though, because we've got you covered. Here are the best loadouts in Star Wars Squadrons. The fighter class is the class for players that want to live out their classic Star Wars fantasies. It's home to starfighter classics like the X-Wing and TIE Fighter, and it's a great class for those who just want to fly around, shoot enemies, and feel like a pilot tapped into the Force while doing it. For the T-65B X-Wing, we recommend the Guided Burst Cannon, Concussion Missile, and Astromech Repair, as this setup allows us to fire away without having to be super precise thanks to auto-aim burst fire and homing missiles. The Astromech Repair lets us heal often, since we'll be in the middle of crossfire pretty much at all times in space. We use the Particle Burst countermeasure to stop any and all missiles and mines coming for us, and the Deflector Hole to increase our shields. We couple these with the Ray Shield that lessens damage taken from standard laser firepower, which is what we'll be up against most, and the Propulsion Engine to maximize our ship's in and out acceleration. For the TIE Fighter, we recommend the Standard Laser Cannon, Concussion Missile, and the Emergency Repair System. All 3 of these are standard modifications of the TIE Fighter, but they're standard for a reason. They work and they're effective every time. We use the Chaff Particles countermeasure to stop all lock-ons from any enemies trailing us, and the Standard Hull because, while the other hulls do have their perks, the drawbacks take away what makes the TIE Fighter a TIE Fighter in the first place. The last piece to this puzzle is the engine. Go with the Propulsion Engine, as it increases your acceleration by 100%, making this TIE Fighter the perfect fighter ship flying in the battlefield. The Bomber class is all about taking on large capital ships and dealing massive damage to shields and hulls, so the best loadout is that which makes your ship the heaviest hitter in your squadron. For the BTL A4 Y-Wing, we recommend the Heavy Rotary Cannon, the Ion Bomb, and the Proton Bomb. The Heavy Rotary Cannon gives you some serious sustained damage with your regular laser fire, and the Ion Bomb and Proton Bomb serve to quickly destroy enemy shields and hulls respectively. We use the Sensor Jammer countermeasure, which prevents all enemies from locking onto you for a set period of time, and we couple it with the Deflector Hole to increase our overall shields. Combine that combo with the Conversion Shield, which exchanges ammo for a period of invincibility when your shields go down, and the Sublight Engine, which increases speed and acceleration and releases a massively damaging explosion upon death, and you've got yourself a starfighter everyone in the Galactic Empire should be afraid of. For the TIE Bomber, we use the Ion Cannon, Proton Torpedo, and the Assault Shield. The Ion Cannon depletes shields quickly, and the Proton Torpedo can deal extreme damage to those now shieldless enemies from a great distance. You're going to need the Assault Shield, because if you're playing the TIE Bomber right, everyone on the enemy side will be scrambling to take you down quick, which, with the Assault Shield equipped, won't be easy. Use the Sensor Jammer countermeasure to prevent anyone from locking onto you while you make your bombing runs, and the Reinforced Hull to increase your max health. Finish off this loadout with the Ion Jet Engine to give yourself a healthy amount of boost to escape any capital ship after a bombing run. The Interceptor class is all about speed and getting in and out of enemy sightlines as quickly as possible. It doesn't hit as hard as other classes, but that's okay because you hit twice as fast. The best loadouts for this class are all about maximizing efficiency. For the RZ-1 A-Wing Interceptor, we recommend the Rapid Fire Cannon, the Seeker Mine, and the Quick Lock Missile. The Rapid Fire Cannon fires quickly at a very close range, making it perfect for hit-and-run tactics, while the Seeker Mine stops any enemy on your tail, making it easy for you to pick off an enemy in front of you with the Quick Lock Missile. We recommend the Sensor Inverter as it stops missiles from slowing you down by redirecting them back at the enemy who shot it. Couple this with a Dampener Hole to make it even harder for enemies to lock onto you in the first place. We finish this loadout off with a Nimble Deflector to greatly increase shield regeneration, and the Thrust Engine to greatly increase our overall speed, which effectively turns this A-Wing into an efficient machine built for killing. For the TIE Interceptor, we use the Laser Cannon, Onslaught Rockets, and the Cluster Missile. The Laser Cannon is great for close-range kills that come easiest for the Interceptor, while the Onslaught Rockets and their high damage output work well for those enemies whose shields withstood your Laser Cannon fire. The Cluster Missile will ensure that no matter how much health an enemy has, you have enough firepower to take it down. Use the Sensor Inverter countermeasure to fire an enemy's missiles right back at them, and use the Dampener Hole to make it harder for enemies to lock onto you in the first place. Finish this loadout off with the Micro Thrust Engine, which makes your ship more maneuverable by 30%, and you've got yourself one of the stealthiest killers in the galaxy. The Support class is all about making the rest of your squadron stronger and being there for them when they need it most, be it finally destroying that pesky starfighter or taking down an Imperial capital ship. For the U-Wing Support gunship, we recommend the Ion Cannon, Tactical Shield, and Targeting Beacons. The ion cannon makes the ship great at disabling shields, while the tactical shield gives it the ability to shield any ally that needs it. The targeting beacon also marks targets and tells those newly shielded allies where nearby enemies are while multiplying their damage output by 130%. The particle burst countermeasure makes it tough to target this ship with lock-on missiles and other weaponry, while the deflector hole increases our maximum shields, making it even tougher to take down should it be targeted by a missile or two. Couple all of this with the fortified deflector, which increases your maximum shields, and the micro thrust engine, which increases the U-Wing's maneuverability, and you've got yourself a ship that the enemy team will be scrambling to take down. For the TIE Support Reaper, we recommend the guided laser cannon, targeting beacons, and the shield. The laser cannon is an auto-aim weapon that's perfect for pilots who are more busy taking care of their fellow squad mates. The targeting beacons auto-targets nearby enemies and marks them for allies. It also stops the targeted enemies from using countermeasures and increases damage output for allies against those enemies by 130%. The tactical shield gives you the ability to give an ally starfighter a new shield, which is sure to make you a team favorite. Use the Seeker warheads as your countermeasure, as they can stop anything locked onto you, and use the reinforced hull to increase your maximum health in case an enemy fires a missile at you while your Seeker warheads are recharging. Couple all of this with the Scrambler shield, which greatly slows hostile lock-ons, and the micro thrust engine, which increases maneuverability, and you'll find yourself flying the best support ship in the Galactic Empire. For more information about Starfighter loadouts, be sure to check out the official IGN Wiki Guide and walkthrough for Star Wars Squadrons. And for everything else about Star Wars, you're already in the right place. IGN.